Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, how are all of my lovelies, my royalty? And well, yeah, I am recording this on the Chinese New Year, which, yes, also Fat Tuesday. So I'm just kind of like, ooh, how can we, meld, you know, or blend these two together? Because, getting a little, I'm a thick girl, so I like my food. So part of me is like, maybe some really good, authentic dumplings or some ragoons and, but blended in with, some of the, it's like, maybe both cultures to. Now I want to do some research to see what kind of recipes blend both cultures together. That would be kind of interesting. I don't know if it'll be for this year with all the politics and the garbage and stupid stuff going around, but maybe because we do need to be uplifted and cheered up and stuff. So, but anyways, happy both of the holidays and everything. This year is the year of the fire horse. If you didn't know that each of the animals have an element for each year, now you know. Yeah, do your research. Like, I just found that out a few months ago. And especially there was that really cute article or story where one of the shops created the dolls for the year, and they made a mistake and sewed the smiles upside down. So it was kind of like a sad fire horse, but politically it would have matched. I would have like, nope, nope, wasn't by mistake. That was perfect. It's like like, yeah, God told you what to do. So yeah, this is exactly what this is the fire horse we need this year. So, but anyway, let's get something hot and boiling to sip on. And if you like it cold, just hold the ice, cuz ice is acting ice is acting a hot mess. Like, if you're gonna act a mess, at least yeah. Anyways, even they're acting a hot mess. So, but this episode, speaking of ice and politics and everything like this leans into politics and religion and the disgrace of how we're going to be treating Generation Z and A, because really, like, another teacher, because this happened last year too, where a teacher got reprimanded or told that they had to take down posters within their classroom. And it wasn't because they said anything bad, it was because of supposed, like, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I repeat, diversity, equity, and inclusion, welcoming all the students, uplifting and encouraging, which, like, part of DEI is to include and not leave anybody out and or exclude or make them feel like they're not as good or inferior and things like that. But I really want to know, why are so many of these states, especially the red Republican states or even the red Republican counties and cities, wanting so bad to put the 10 Commandments? Because with this story, you got to listen to it, because they said that they don't want to go off of individual thought. But the way that some people read and interpret the Bible is based off of individual thought. But they want to force their individual thought within the classroom, and in order to make all of these children, to force them to think their individual thought, because they think, since it's what they think, they must be right. And a lot of them are these colonizing MAGA Republican people who they won't help and support and fight for the female victims that are going through all the stuff from Epstein. The fight for the billionaires. They'll hide the truth because, the rich people, yeah, they think of them as, like, superior and everything like that. and they want to keep awarding them, and like, oh, you don't have to pay people a living wage, oh, you don't have to give people fair chances, or you don't have to give them good health insurance, and or you don't need to hire people based off of their skills and stuff. We just want you to hire the white men in the first place. Oh, and the straight able-bodied white men. Yeah, let's do that. That's basically what most of these companies want to do, say they're going to do. And I have lived through it because, yeah, I've already told you guys, keep up, catch up, look through the over 600 episodes, the interviews where people have the nerve to say, why do you walk like that? Oh, why don't you go get fixed? Why don't you get cured first? It's like, so you still got all of this education even though you walk like this? I have all of these statements and more. All of the, because I in each episode I probably give another example. It's like, especially the, are you gonna get fixed? Like, one, if this is a business type of position, meaning that I had to take business classes, which includes HR classes, which I did really well in. Don't you know that I know that question that you're asking is illegal? But if I bring it up now, you're going to try to find that as a reason to not hire me. And or you're going to be like, "Oh no, that's not what I meant. Oh no, you're taking it too seriously, and oh, you're so sensitive." And like, no, I know an illegal question when I hear it, because yeah, like I said, I did pretty well in HR. And even I remember after class, and my I would sometimes bring up, like if I heard something on the news that was HR related, I would bring it up to my professor, and she told me I was really good at the details and I was really good at it. And so, yeah, I know the illegal questions. And so that's one reason with these posters, with what this teacher is going through, they don't realize that we do need for everyone to feel welcome, everyone to be important, everyone to feel accepted, respected, encouraged, valued, and equal. Because we are equal, because especially Republicans, you guys had said it, you were saying it from the hilltops. Okay, the Himalayas, everybody, everywhere. All lives matter. If all lives matter, that means equal, valued, encouraged, respected, accepted, important, welcomed. All lives matter. So if that was, see, you don't really mean what you say. You don't really mean what you say, especially you're taking away women's rights left and right. You're chasing Hispanic and brown people and going to even the Dearborn meetings and saying how the that whole white hate, KK, yeah, all that hot, stupid, ignorant, bigoted mess or whatever. And then tearing down African American history, and then rewording and retrying to trying to say that slavery, oh, that slavery was a good thing. It was in the Bible. Shut up. Okay. So it's like having a poster saying that we are all equal. How is that bad? It's like, okay, because again, in the Bible, or even with like Catholic, and like there's 50 types of love. Would she be allowed to have a poster for each type of love, or a poster of all the love, the types of love? Because since that's in a book of a Bible. Oh, and why doesn't she go and put posters for each and every type of religion up there? Because especially, since a lot of the red states want to have posters based off of the Christian 10 Commandments, even though a lot of you Republican people can't even follow the 10 Commandments, especially the ones that deals with women and marriage and treating them right and treating your next door neighbor like they are human, instead of trying to call ICE to get them arrested because you fear people that look different than you, and or you feel like they can't be as good as you just because of the color of their skin. But then you turn around and try to quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And then it's like when the orange man says and kind of quotes what CK said about civil rights and like civil, like, yeah, it's like the people who suffered the most from the civil rights are the colonizers. Like, really? You guys are not paying attention, because forcing a teacher to take these posters down, who do they think are not welcome? Because see, these are the questions I would want to ask. If I could go to their meetings, I would go and ask, okay, with this poster, it's like the people on the board, one by one, answer which people are not welcomed. Because, okay, since everyone is not welcomed, who are not welcomed? Be specific. And then, okay, if everyone is not important, tell me who are not important. Tell me who are not accepted or respected or encouraged or valued or equal. Tell me who are not. And don't give me that illegal crap, especially if you know the history of this country. And then a lot of the colonizers here, oh no, we didn't steal it, we conquered it, we did this, we did that. Oh, they're just jealous. Like, okay, how many countries around the world were taken over by the Europeans and colonized? And it's like they really don't want to teach about that, like African culture and the colonization and the apartheid and the mistreatment, and how now that's one reason why so many of the colonizers own so much of the land and the gems and all of the beautiful resources in that country, and how so many of their like valued items are now in museums in Europe, because now Europe says that they could take better care of them than anybody else. Right. Right. And so, who are not going to be welcomed? Who are not important? Who are not equal? Who are not valued, encouraged, respected, accepted? I want to know all of that, because we have to realize that we need to know the racism that you think. A lot of you guys, some of you guys are being very blunt and honest. So, thank you. Thank you for having the courage to let us know that we don't want to be anywhere near you, and we don't want, yeah, we don't want, and no. Mm-mm. And at least we see how our government, or like the legal portion, are now trying to fight against Nike because they're not hiring enough white people. It's like, because now I want to look up what other companies are they going to be targeting, because I guess the people who they are hiring, hint hint, black people, I guess they're not as equal or as welcoming or important or accepted, or, well, as smart. They can't be as smart, of course not. That's what Mr. No Heart's mother would, because yeah, remember that's the only reason I got into college, right? Because it's like some people are like, oh no, I'm going too far out of it, but no, you have to realize it's like this is elementary school. And I taught K through, well, I taught K through 12, but as like for 4 to 5 years, I was at the same K through 8 school. These are the posters you would see in preschool and kindergarten, first, second grade, maybe third, fourth, but it's like especially at the beginning of the years, because you want to help give the kids like a good positive spirit, that's like a good, like, of self-esteem, self-worth. It's like you want to make sure that they're coming in wanting to learn, that they, even if they're going through so much stuff at home, when they got into that classroom, they knew they were going to be ready to learn. They knew that their teacher cared about them. And that's the thing, like most of the students that hated me, most of the students, because teachers hated me too, because I worked my tush off. But I had students who hated me because I made them learn. Oh, and that reminds me, Becca, if you're listening to this, you're going to hear Becca's name quite a lot. Rebecca, Becky, Becky, Becky. Colonizing, no good, bigot. Rebecca. Okay. Yeah. Uh. If I teach, I know I do a good job. I'm not perfect. And not every student is going to like me or care about me. But one thing I did make sure I do, I welcomed all of my students. I told all of my students how important they are. I accepted every one of my students. I worked so hard to make sure every student felt accepted and respected, encouraged, valued, and equal. Do you know how many times that I ended up on the phone with my student because they were going through personal situations and some were working two or three jobs, and there were times where, yeah, I didn't have to, but I'm literally doing virtual class with like two, sometimes it was one student, sometimes it was 2 to 5 students on the weekend because either they had to work or take care of their elderly like grandparent or parent, or they might have gotten a car accident, or they were fighting COVID. You don't know what I've been through. But then I had students who hated me because they said, I don't like coming to your class because you make me think. Because you make me think. Do you know how happy, like, when I saw some of those, because like I didn't see, oh, because yeah, guys, you need to catch up, and I'm gonna tell the whole story because little Miss Rebecca decided to try to, well, I'll tell the whole story on a different day, but uh, Becky, Becky, why do you have to, instead of being a hater, why don't you work on being a better person for yourself so you love yourself? Why pour hate on somebody who, I've been through it, honey. Like, what you're doing is basic. What you're doing is tired. What you're doing is wasting your minutes in life. Enjoy your life. And now I'm sharing it to the world so that other people won't go to the depths of the terrible, awful, bigoted treatment. Because then you say you're like, well, I assume, because yes, people have told me that they say that you are Democrat, but you're one of the Democrat white women we have to be careful of. Black women can't trust you. Black women cannot trust you because you don't think like, well, especially, well, no, okay, you called me a derogatory name based off of my disability, but even that, like with black women, we protect all. Black women, we vote for all. You vote, you're selfish. You voted for yourself. Like, white women benefit the most with the whole Democrat Party. That's who you voted for. And I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing, but I'm guessing really well because you had the nerve to try to call me out my name. But one thing you have highly mistaken me for. It's like, yes, when I was, well, and the thing is, I still am a professor, but yeah. And I've told the story before, and I'm going to be going back into it because that's the funny thing. People think they know my story, and people who they didn't take the time to listen to like even 20, 50 episodes, they listen to one story and maybe a story where I talk about how I don't have kids, but how I wanted kids. But at the same time, I'm grateful I didn't end up with kids with the awful, terrible, despicable, evil men that I dated. Yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry, kind of off topic, but on topic because at the end of the day, black women, we voted for you. We voted for everybody. We voted as a unit, but then a lot of you Becky's, like, you voted for your own selfishness. In a second, you will turn your back on us, either as black or disabled or whatever. You don't have our back, you have your own. Until you get everything you want, it's like just like the orange man. You'll keep us around while you need us, but once you don't need us anymore, you don't give a crap. But see, but see, with a lot of us, the 92% of black women, We welcome everybody. We think everyone is important. We think everyone should be accepted. Everyone should be respected. Everyone should be encouraged, valued, and equal because we're human. We are human beings, and that's what we do. We pour love into everybody, but then you guys can't wait to hate on us. You hate on us all day, every day. So, one reason why this poster means a lot to me because I know them wanting it taken down, I'm one of the ones they want it taken down for because they don't think I'm equal or valued or encouraged or respected or accepted or important or welcome. But when I teach my students, you don't know how many students I've had to like mentally held their hand throughout the either the school year or semester. How many parent like some of the students, their parents were in prison. Some of them the light bill went and oh, do you even know? Yeah, this might not be part of the teacher rule, but me loaning a parent like $20, $40 so the light bill can be turned back on so the student can do their homework or that they can, et cetera, whatever. And yeah, that parent paid me back too. There's one time where, they I knew the parent was still on a hard time, so I told them I was like, just keep it as a blessing. One day, once you get back on your feet, pay it forward. And I did that because I wanted that parent to feel encouraged to keep going. You don't know their story. I'm not going to tell their story, but with everything they were going through, I wanted to make sure they felt encouraged and respected and that they didn't have to stress out about feeding their babies and making sure that their babies had everything they needed. I wanted their child to come into class happy and excited on that Monday. You don't know what all a lot of these teachers do. Like, because I just heard on Don Lemon, which, yeah, I need to email the lady back to try to interview her or whatever, but they are fundraising for paper for their school because they ran out of paper. And like right now, I'm gonna see what I can do because yeah, like I said, I want to do an interview. I want to do a live and talk to her so that she can like have everybody listen. And yes, I know not too many people listen right now. It's like I'm not gonna market my channel until the book is published. It's like I'm trying to do it naturally because well, after someone scammed me. But yeah, I already told that story too. But at the end of the day, one of the reasons I do my channel is because I know of all the places I was not welcomed. I was told I was not important, where I wasn't accepted, respected, encouraged, valued, or equal, based off of the color of my skin, based off being a woman, especially based off of having a disability. We need posters like this for little kids, so because they need it in their mind. Because people like me, millennial, people kept telling me I wasn't. People like sometimes reading it, seeing it. Because sometimes when you hear the opposite, it poisons the brain. Sometimes you got to see it. Because then once you see it, it's also in the back of your mind. When people are saying you're not important and you're like, nope, nope. I remember I saw that like every day I look at that poster. It's like I had my first graders repeat different sayings in my classroom. And with my middle schoolers, I looked up anime like just motivational quotes. And I had them around my classroom. And sometimes when students were like, "Oh my gosh, this is from One Piece. Oh, this is from One Punch Man. Oh, this is from Soul Eater. This is from like Cold Case and is there Case Closed and stuff like that." And they were like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." And but then I also had some Disney ones as well. But it was really funny because like some of my students were like, "Oh my gosh, what episode?" And then they would look it up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to watch that tonight." And it's like sometimes I would be like, "Okay, I want you to tell me and describe what you saw the next day or in that episode." Because I want them talking to me. I want them creating, because sometimes like I would watch the episode too. So then I would know what kind of questions to ask them and like maybe the symbolism within the episode and things like that. You don't know how powerful these posters are. It's like, especially when you're young, Everything you see is educational. Everything they see, they're like sponges. We need to make sure that them seeing welcome, important, accepted, respected, encouraged, valued, and equal. We need to make sure they see those words. We need to make sure those words are lingering in their minds, because when people are going against them and telling them that they are not, these are the blocks that encourage and help them and get them through the hard times. I know, because I fight the good fight almost every single day by haters. Isn't that right, Rebecca? And yeah, I'm gonna talk about other people too, but since this no good, like, okay, in my opinion, okay, now I can continue. This no good, ignorant, awful, terrible, conniving bigot, she had the nerve to try to call me out my name like that. She wasn't creative at all. It was kind of a dull, but it's like when you go and take down like the disability, like, nah, I now have permission to talk about you whenever, however I want. Because you're one of the type of people who will tear down instead of lift up. See, and throughout my entire life, everybody tried to tear me down. And it's crazy how now people are like, well, it got you this far. So maybe people just need to keep tearing you down. And that will, like, with all of these ideas and these projects you have, isn't that a good thing? That'll just encourage you more. Sometimes I get tired. Sometimes it's exhausting. Because yeah, sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I'll prove you wrong, I'll prove you wrong, I'll prove, but it's like sometimes it would be nice if I can prove people right, if they have something nice or encourage, like, oh, that book's gonna be a top seller. Ooh, it's like these greeting cards, these are like, this is gonna help you be able to either pay off your student loans or finally like resave for the house. And or it's like, I mean, I won't say all of my goals, which I'm probably going to do a video just for Patreon, but it's like I have had, it's been a hard knock life, but it's been a beautiful hard knock life, because yes, I've had to fight through all of the negativity and prove everyone wrong, but I guess now I have to tell myself every day that I'm welcomed, I'm important, I'm accepted, I'm respected, I'm encouraged, I'm valued, I'm equal. And I have to just say that every day, because I keep getting new haters. But then at the same time, I know I do a good job. And this is one reason why Rebecca hates me so much, because, yeah, last year, 6 to 8 of my exes kept trying to come back into my life because they know I'm a good woman. And they know that I try to hold them in regard of being welcomed, important, accepted, respected, encouraged, valued, and equal. They know that I did that for them. See, like, people don't know us black women. They don't know how, yes, like sometimes we're going to have attitude because we know when people are doing wrong. We know when things are a hot mess. We know that we do our research. So that's also the reason why black women are the most educated demographic in this country. So don't get us twisted, because we know they include us in why they want that poster dismissed and taken down. We know this. And this is why women like myself, people like myself, are going to fight for teachers to have this up. Because, like, if you say all lives matter, this is a poster that proves that shows that makes sure every child in that classroom feels that. And yet you may say, oh, not based off of opinion. Let's go. Okay, religion then. Don't have the religious posters up either, because that's based off of opinion, isn't it? But anyways, thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.